How's it going? Uh, Feeling that weird sting of isolation that I used to like. I just don't like it anymore. So I have to recognize that as progress, though, because I mean, at one point I liked it. I wasn't even really aware of it, and then I became aware of it, and now I'm aware of it, and I know I don't like it. So it's progress. Um, Still no color on the phone. Just can maintain sanity as much as can be maintained. Uh, I'm thinking of cohesion, societal cohesion, and I mean, there isn't any. I mean, for whatever reason, obviously, I've noticed one reason is that there's the incongruency between the requirements of civility in various places. You know, you can literally get fined and arrested for littering, but it's pretty much normal to just psychically litter on the front lawns of people's mind all day long. If you felt like it, I mean, that's normal. But you can't throw a cup filled up with your fast food trash out of the window without literal risk of fine or of police contact. I mean, as should be the case because that's a civilization, but uh, in the absence of um, the same requirements or the same shame, I guess, associated with um, littering with words. We don't have the type of cohesion uh, necessary for any real cultural identity. Um, Maybe that that is America's cultural identity is that there isn't one. It's like whatever's 6 feet in front of you. It's crazy. Two people almost hit each other in brand new cars right next to me. That's crazy. Uh, well, there are two bars here. It's not that crazy. Um, yeah, people actually don't seem to realize anymore. Like, well, I guess it's all intentional. Yeah, this I've come to, filling in my knowledge. It is all pretty much intentional. Um, at least on behalf of people who control the images that end up on screens, people with the greatest amounts of that control. Like, I don't think they want people friends with anybody, or they don't want anyone finding similarities between each other or anything. Indeed, the silent war on the mind. And I can't call myself a righty. I really can't. A dumbass, yes. But I realize, well, I mean, who else realizes? Until it becomes unfashionable to just throw trash on people's on the green grass of a person's front lawn within their mind, which is like the thoughts that come up yeah, if you have thoughts. This is the other thing. Like, are you aware that you're aware? I see that level of awareness being eroded, and all it takes is hours in front of colored screens or even anything electronic. It'll put you there. um, um, but obviously whatever level of sensitivity I have is pathological. uh, like, people talk about not being able to pick up on social signs, or those I pick up on um, I pick up on them in a way it's complete, to the point where I'll really pull up, like, I can dissect the person. People come to me for dirt on people because they know that I reverse engineer their personalities naturally. But I do really come across people that it's like they're almost barn animal like in the way that they relate to each other socially. Like, I really just wonder, what is the internal experience of someone who bum rushes the person in front of them at a self checkout line because they really cannot comprehend a receipt needing to print. And then you hear them ranting to their friend behind them as you leave that they're just so impatient today. You know, that you're just so unwilling to wait for anyone, or wait your turn that day. I'm like, it's interesting. I don't know if it's that day. I think that's your entire essence, your life, is that you are frustrated that you're not first in line everywhere. This is and you will talk trash on someone who throws trash out of the window, but you throw trash into people's minds literally nonstop. You're worse than a seagull that just drops dookie literally everywhere it flies. You're worse than a flying monkey from Wizard of Oz. You're you're you just like a conduit. You're like an aqueduct for bad thoughts to enter other people's minds. That's all you do. It's worse than impatience. This is just one random hypothetical. There's something that did actually happen, not hypothetical. I mean, but stuff like this is constant. And then I do come across people who will casually talk about misplacing thousands of dollars as if they're a couple of dollars. And this truly boggles my mind. And but I know that unless I achieve that level of comfort, that I will not be able to escape the belief that this is just some type of jail for people. Like we're like in some kind of jail, or like a pressure cooker, or just an incredibly morbid video game. Some people think that people who say it's simulated, like there's this incredibly strange this simulation idea. Yeah, to think of it as a literal digital electronic simulation might not be the way, but it isn't the true, I guess, understanding of it, right? But if you want to put it that way, it would be like you intentionally chose a morbid one to pick this spot. Like concepts like the demiurge and Ildavoth, or however you say it, is that doesn't come out of nowhere. Like a being that feeds on the emotions of mortals, that doesn't come out of nowhere. Like this is, people are describing what they're going through. Like how have these ideas survived up to the present? Also, they're not meaningless. Yeah, we do got to stop using plastic and all that stuff, because the chemicals in the environment don't assist any of this. On top of this, people who take brain altering medications, and they don't have better lives. They're just able to, handle what they're given and not end themselves. That it's not like your life is better. You're just rearranging your internal compass so that it doesn't hurt your soul where you're at. Maybe because your soul somehow was erased. And I don't even literally mean in the Christian, I don't mean all that. I'm talking as rarefied a concept as possible here, because this is what they're giving us now to work with. They're erasing history and people thereby.